Hi, this is Stacy Itzel, National Executive Director with Pampered Chef, and this video is going to walk you through setting up your online party on Consultants Corner, creating your Facebook group, and connecting the two together along with connecting Postmyparty to the group. Today, I have with me one of my admins, Katie Tomasoni, and she's going to walk us through the steps. So Katie can go ahead and screen share, and we'll start first by setting that party up on Pampered Chef's website, Consultants Corner.
Okay, hi, this is Katie. I am Stacy's admin, and I'm going to show you how to set up a party on Pampered Chef and Facebook. So the first thing you'll want to do is go to your Pampered Chef login page, enter your login and your password, and enter. Okay, so here it brings you to the first page where you have Consultants Corner. And what you're going to do is find the Create Party button. It's this greenish blue button. We're going to click Create Party. Okay, and it brings you to a new window. And here you're going to choose which type of party you're going to create. And since we are doing a Facebook party, this party will be a virtual party. We're going to click here on the virtual Facebook party. And then we're doing a regular party, so we're not going to select any of the special options. We're going to go down to the date and time. You're going to click which date the party begins on here, the day that your party starts. So that will be, this party is going to start on January 22nd, Friday. And to get here, I just clicked inside the box, so I clicked the little calendar. And it brings this up, and I'm going to click January 22nd here for my start date. Then I'm going to move over to order deadline, and I'm going to change my order deadline to January 27th. That's when our party will end. Okay, now we're going to move to host shipping information. Here you're going to enter in all of your host's information. So today I'm setting up a party for our host. His name is Reese. Let's start typing in her first name here, Reese. And then I'm going to go to her last name and type in Stanley. Here we have Reese Stanley already in as our contacts because she was a part of another party and ordered through that party. So she already has her information in here. So I'm going to click on Reese. But every time I do this, I always want to double check to make sure it's the right person. So I'll check with my information to see if it's the same email and phone number and address that I have written down for Reese. So I have her phone number being 443-996-8024. Okay, so that is the Reese that is hosting this party. So from there, that's all updated. Sometimes I don't have the information and I will contact the person to get their address. It's helpful to do that before you start setting up the party so that you have it all at the same time. Okay, now we're going to go down to party page and event link. Here, it automatically has Pampered Chef Party for the party name. I'm going to change the name to Reese Stanley's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef Party. That's the name of our parties in January and February. Okay, and the rest is Reese Stanley, that's our host. Here's her link. Sometimes the party page link is too long if the person's name is very long, first or last name, and you can change that and make it shorter. So if I wanted to, I could delete Reese's name and just have it say R. Stanley. I will keep it Reese Stanley now since it's short enough. Okay, so now we've entered everything. The next step would be to click Create Party. I'm gonna click Create Party, and it will bring us to a new window with our party information. Okay, so we see here, Reese Stanley's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef Party. That's what we wanted to call it. If you ever go back and need to change anything, you can click here on this arrow. For example, if you don't have the host's address, you can come back in here and edit here to change and add in her correct address. Okay, but we have all of that correct, so we're gonna move on. Okay, so now I'm gonna click here on this links button at this arrow down, and I'm gonna go to party page. This is a link that guests will click to come to the party page. So I'm gonna click this button, share, and then choose to copy that link. Okay, and it says I copied it. So I close that out, and I'm gonna come down to this section, theme, and I'm gonna choose edit here. Okay, so I'm gonna click edit, and here is where I would choose my picture. So the picture I chose before will come up as the current picture, but there are plenty of pictures that you can scroll through to choose for your party. So
It's always fun when it takes a long time to load.
doesn't normally take a while, but we'll come back to that. I'm gonna close that out. Down here is where you're gonna enter your theme description. So we say, welcome to the Fresh Start with Pampered Chef online shopping link. And the first time I create the party, I will type all of this in. The times after, it will automatically enter this information. Now, the important thing is here, this link, I have to change the link because like I said, it will grab the information from the last party. So I need to change this link for Reese's party. And this link is for Stephanie's party. So I'm gonna delete this whole link. And then I'm going to paste Reese's link here that we copied above. Okay, let's see if this is moving for us better. It's still thinking. When you click on this, you'll see probably at least 20 pictures. There they are. And you can scroll through and choose the picture that you want for your landing page. Since this theme for the next 2 months was Fresh Start, we went with a fresh looking picture of the salads, which is on the bottom here. So I'm gonna click that and apply. Okay, we've done all this. The last step is to make sure you save it. So here at the bottom, you're gonna click the Save button, and it will all come up here to the right side, all the information that you have entered. Okay. So now the party is set up on Pampered Chef. You've done everything that you need to do. Now we're gonna move to setting up the party on Facebook. So I'm gonna open a new window here, and I'm gonna click on Facebook. I'm still gonna keep my Pampered Chef window open because I'm going to need information from this page. Okay, so here I'm on my Facebook, and I'm gonna go to Stacy's business page, Stirring It Up with Stacy Itzel. Okay, I'm gonna click to open her page here. Okay, now from here, I'm gonna find this More button. It's in gray and it's in the middle. So I'm going to click on more and this screen will come down. And I'm going to move all the way down here to groups. I'm going to click on groups. And then I'm going to choose create linked group here. Okay, so it brings me to this page where I get to create a group. Okay, so here we're going to enter in our group name. And I'm going to get my group name right from the Pampered Chef website, so it's exactly the same. So I'm going to click back over to the Pampered Chef tab, and I'm going to copy the title of this party, Reese Stanley's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef Party. I'm going to right click and copy. You can also just type it in. I like to copy it so that I don't make any spelling errors, but you're welcome to do whatever way is best for you. Okay, so there's Reese Stanley's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef Party. That's our group name. We're going to choose privacy. We're going to choose private. Only members can see who's in the group and what they post. Okay, we'll leave the visible and then we'll press this blue button, create. So we'll create it and then you see Reese Stanley's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef Party. The page has been created. Okay, so Facebook will automatically give you a picture to go on your page, and we're going to change that. So I'm going to click this edit button here on the right, and I'm going to choose to upload a photo, the third drop down here, and it'll pull up all of my documents. Now I've downloaded the picture that I want for my banner, my Facebook banner, and it's Fresh Start Banner. I'm going to click Fresh Start Banner and choose Open. Okay, so there's our banner. I'm going to drag it down a little bit to position it so it's centered, because when it was just entered, we couldn't see all of Pampered Chef. So I'm just going to click and drag to where it's in the middle, and then choose Save Changes over here on the right. Okay, so there's our banner. And it looks good. If I wanted to change anything, I could click edit again and move it again. If it was too high or too low, I could still move it. Okay, now I'm going to click on the banner. So I'm just going to click in the middle of the banner and it will bring me to this little page. And here I'm going to click this button on the right that says edit. I'm going to add a description that says click here to order. Okay, and here I'm going to put in Reese's link to the Pampered Chef page. So from here, I'm going to click back onto my Pampered Chef tab. And I'm going to go down to this section that says links. Go back to links. So I click down, and then I'm going to click party page. Again, the same thing we did before. We're going to click on this button, share, and then we're going to click copy link. It says it's copied. So now I'm going to go back to my Facebook tab here. I'm going to click here and I'm just going to paste. So I'll right click and choose paste. And there we have Reese's shopping link. Once I've done that, we're going to click done editing. Okay, so there it is. That's what they will see when they click on the banner. If you change the banner after this link, sorry, I'll go back for a second. If you change the banner later, this link will go away. So you'll have to just redo what we just did. Okay, so now I'm going to close this out. And here's the X over on the left-hand side. I'm just going to click X to close out and to go back to the Facebook group. Okay, so we've done the banner and we did the link. The next step is going to be adding the announcement. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. We're in the discussion section of the page. And I'm going to type in here what's on your mind. Before we go there, I need to get my wording. So I'm going to go to our, sorry, I minimized everything. Let me pull that back up for you. Okay, so I just minimize this, and I'm going to go to our Word document. It's a regular party, so I'm going to open up, move that over, the host coaching page. I'm going to scroll down to Tuesday, because it's Tuesday. I'm setting up my party on Tuesday. And here is the announcement post wording. It's in light blue, so it helps me know exactly what to copy. So I am going to highlight all of this, and I'm going to copy it. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to the Facebook page. Okay, and we're at Reese's Fresh Start page, and I'm going to click here on what's on your mind and create a post. And so now all I have to do is to paste the post. So I'm going to right click and choose paste, and there's the post. I'm going to scroll up because there are some things that you need to change for each post. So Stacy has either made it in caps or bolded it so that you know what you need to change. But it's good to read through it all and make sure you have it all filled out. Okay, so here, order here anytime during host party. We want to replace host with Reese's party. Okay, and here we have insert party URL here. That's the same URL we've been copying and pasting. So we're going to again go back to the Pampered Chef page where we created the party, and we're going to copy that link again. So I'm going to copy here. If you're not there, we again would click on links. We would go down to party page and click on share, and then we would copy the link, and it's been copied. So now I'm going to click back onto the Facebook page, and I'm going to highlight insert party URL here, and I'm going to paste over top of that. Okay, so there's order anytime during Reese's party. There's her link. I'm going to read through to make sure where else I need to change. And then we get down here. The last day to order is Wednesday, insert date. So we're going to insert the last day here, which is next Wednesday, January 27th. Okay, we'll scroll through if there's anything else, and there's nothing else. And because we put Reese's link here, Facebook will automatically pull that picture that we chose for her Pampered Chef party. But we want a different picture. So I'm going to click here on the photo button. It's in green, and it says add to your post. I'm going to choose to add a photo. So I'm going to click here, and it will pull up my photos. So I'm going to look through, and I'm going to choose my Don't Miss Out photo, and I'm going to click on it and choose Open over here. Okay, so you see it's replaced the photo with the Don't Miss Out photo. Okay, now I'm going to choose Post. I'm going to click this big blue button on the bottom that says Post. And it's posting. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up a little bit so we can see. Here we are. We're still in Reese Stanley's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef Party. We're in this discussion section here in blue, and we're going to scroll down. And there it is. There's that post that we just made. Okay. Now I'm going to click on these 3 dots here to the right of the business page. Okay. And it gives you all these options to choose. I'm going to choose Mark as Announcement because this is going to be an announcement on our page. So I'm going to choose Mark as Announcement. Okay. It says Post marked as Announcement. So it's done it. I'm going to scroll back up. And I don't want to just mark it as an announcement. I want to pin it to the top of my page so that when the guests come to the page, that's the first thing that they see, all the information that they need for the party. So to do that, I'm going to go up to the top, right by the URL at the top, and I'm just going to refresh the page here, this little circle button. I'm going to reload the page. Okay, now if you can see, it's added a new tab here in our party. So we're still in discussion, but now we have an announcements tab. Before we didn't, but now we have an announcement. So we're going to click on the announcements tab and it will bring up that announcement we just made. Okay, and then again, we're going to click on the 3 dots. I click on the 3 dots here and gives me many options that I could do. And I'm going to choose pin to top. Click pin to top. And then now our announcement is at the top of the page. Okay, our next step will be adding Postmyparty. So this is the main party page on the right 2/3 of the page that we see. This is what the guests will see. And on the left are all the apps and things that you can use as the administrator of the page. So I'm going to scroll down here, down to this button, settings. Okay, so I'm going to click on settings. And then to the right, it opens up all kinds of things that you can do with the settings. You can change the name and the description. You can change the privacy, all of that. We're going to scroll to the very bottom of the page. Okay, to advanced settings here at the bottom. Okay, and to the very last thing, the apps. We're going to click on this pencil to the right of apps. Okay, it says group apps. It gives you some information. You just need to scroll down and click this blue button, add apps. Okay, and it brings me to the group apps page. There are a lot of apps, so it's easiest to go to this search section to the left of group apps. And here we're going to search for Postmyparty. So I'm going to type in Postmyparty. Okay, and there it is. So we're just going to click on Postmyparty. And we're going to click the blue add button.
Katie, I'm going to jump in 1 second, only because I have made this mistake. Don't put a space between the post and the my. It has to be all together or the app won't come up.
Okay, great. Okay, so we added the app and we're still in that settings page here. You see, we don't see Reese's landing page. We see the settings. So I'm going to go over to this left section and I'm going to click this button that says home. I'm going to click on home and here we are. We're back at Reese's landing page. Okay, so now we're going to do the last step for setting up the Facebook party, and that's inviting yourself and making yourself an admin, because right now we're interacting as the business page. I'm going to click this blue invite button here, and I'm going to invite Stacy's personal page to join the group. So there's Stacy. I've searched for her. I'm going to click on her picture and I'm going to send her an invite here on the bottom right-hand side, the blue button, send invite.
So since you created the party on my business page, you have to invite my personal account to be a part of the party.
Yes.
Got it.
So that I can make Stacy an admin and so that Stacy can invite the host to the party. So I've now invited Stacy to the party. And if you see over here, this is how I'm going to click on this. Interacting as stirring it up with Stacy Itzel Pampered Chef. That's who I am right now on the page. Since I invited Stacy, I'm going to click on this little arrow button and I'm going to choose to interact now as Stacy's personal page. So you would choose your personal page here on the top. I'm going to interact as the personal page. Okay, you see the picture changed. And it tells me here, you're now, it went away, but you're now interacting as Stacy Itzel. Okay, so as Stacy, the personal page still hasn't joined the party. So this is another time where we're going to go up to the top of the page, to the reload button, to the very top on the left. It's a little circle, the reload button. So I'm going to reload the page. And here you see it looks different now. Okay, so it says stirring it up has invited you to join this group. So I'm going to choose yes, I want to join the group. So I'm going to click the blue join group button. Okay, so now Stacy has joined the group. And now I want to make Stacy an administrator. So I need to go back to being the business page. So I'm going to click here, interacting, how I'm interacting. I'm going to click this again. And I'm going to choose to interact as the business page. I'm going to choose stirring it up. Okay, and it reloads. And you see here, again, I'm interacting as the business page. Okay, now I'm going to go to this section here about discussion, announcements, rooms, members and media, and I may choose the members tab. I'm going to go to members, and I'm going to scroll down. You see here, we have a new member, and it's Stacy, her personal page. So we're going to scroll down here to where it says admins and moderators. We only have right now the business page. You are the only, it says here, you're the only admin. Invite new admins to help maintain this group. So I'm going to click this invite admins button here. Okay, it says choose the new admin. So I'm going to click here, and Stacy's the only person that's part of the group right now. So she's the only one that's going to come up. So I'm going to click here and she comes up and I'm just going to choose her. Okay, and it says that we have invited her. You can see over here, you've been invited. And we're going to click the blue done button. Okay. And we're going to go back and forth a little bit. Again, we're going to go to this interacting page because I've invited Stacy. Now we have to accept the invitation. So we're going to change from being the business page again, and we can scroll up, or you can just click it right there. And you can choose to interact as your personal profile. Okay, and we're still in the members section here. And it says, stirring it up has invited you to become an admin. Okay, so I can choose to accept it. That's one place I can do it. Another way is if I scroll down here and I see myself in the 3 dots, I can click here and I can choose become admin. Either way will make you an admin. Okay, and so you're going to confirm that you are now the admin. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm still interacting as the personal page. I'm going to click the invite button. I'm going to choose a friend to invite to the party. So now it's time, now that everything else has been set up, we're going to invite the host to the party. So I'm going to start typing in her name.
And this is really important to know. You cannot invite your host to join the group if you're interacting as your business page. You have to do it from your personal account.
Okay, and then she's come up. So here, I'm going to choose Reese Stanley. Okay, and I'm going to invite her. All right, Reese Stanley has been invited to join this group, says on the bottom left hand. Okay. So before I leave this, I want to make sure I go back to being the business page. So I'm going to change from interacting as your profile on the right and change it to stirring it up. Okay, so now Now everything I do, I will be interacting as the business page. We're still in the members section, so I want to go back to the original page. So I'm going to click back into the discussion tab here. Okay, and so this is the main page. All right, so we have set up the Pampered Chef party page here. We've set up the Facebook page here, and then the last step will be to send the link to the host. So I'm going to open up a new tab to do that. Okay, and I'm still going to go through Facebook, but I want to keep that other tab open. So I'm going to click this Facebook page. And then I'm going to go to Messenger. All right. And I'm going to find Reese so I can send her her link. Here, we're going to type in Reese Stanley. Okay. And here is the last interaction that we had with Reese. So we're going to go back to that Word document that gives me the wording for when I want to interact with my host. So I'm going to minimize for now the Chrome pages, and I'm back at the Word document where I could close this and open it back up again. Okay. And we're still in Tuesday. And I'm going to scroll down to the next blue section here. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the section that says Message Host Party Group Link. I'm going to highlight this blue and I'm going to copy it.
For some reason, we can't see the Word document, but I think that's so you might need to minimize the Facebook.
You see it now?
Nope. It's okay. It's okay. We just make sure you're going back to that host coaching and daily tips to grab the message to send to your host.
Okay, so I've copied the message that we're going to send to the host. And I'm going to go back to the Messenger page.
So now we can see the Word document and we're good.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you see the Messenger page?
Now we can see Messenger. Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. All right. So here I'm going to paste that wording that I copied for Reese. We're telling her your party group is all set up. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Here's the link to your party group. Okay. So to get that link, I'm going to go back to Reese Stanley's Fresh Start page, Facebook page here that I didn't close out. On the top, very top, on the little bit to the left. So I'm going to click back on that and I'm going to copy this URL here. Click it, copy it. And then now I'm back in Messenger and I'm just going to paste that URL. You see it there. Okay, and then we just send it to Reese. And then she knows it's time now that she can start inviting guests to her party. And that's all.
So then we just need to set it up in Postmyparty and I think we're done.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to walk them through that? Like open
Oh,
the...
yes, sure. Okay.
Sorry.
It's
okay.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to try to open a tab, but here, I'll close one of these. Okay. I'm going to open another tab here and choose Postmyparty. Go to Postmyparty. Okay. And we'll start at the Postmyparty intro page. And over on the left, under General, you'll see a bunch of options that you can choose from. So there's a few ways to get here. I'm going to click here on the left where it says parties. And I can see the list of my parties or schedule a new. I believe you can also click this blue button to the right that says schedule a party. Okay, so I'm going to choose schedule new over to the left. And we'll wait as it opens up. Okay. All right, so here we're going to choose the template for the party. The party that we're having in January and February are the Fresh Start parties. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to find Fresh Start 2021. I'm going to choose Stacy's personal copy. And then use group or page. I'm going to choose to use the business page group. Okay, and then I'll bring down another option. Choose page, which is an admin for group. Okay, so we're going to open this up and choose Stirring It Up with Stacy Itzel, Pampered Chef. That's the admin that we use to create the page. Okay, and it's going to load for a few minutes. Not minutes, seconds, while it loads up the pages that we have. So here I'm going to choose the group. Okay, and it says here in red, be sure that you install your app in your group on Facebook before posting. So that's what we did when we were making that Facebook page. We added the Postmyparty app. So here I'm going to click on the arrow down and I'm going to scroll to find Reese's page. And it's in alphabetical order. So that makes it easier to find what you're looking for. There she is, Reese Stanley's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef Party. I'm going to click that. Okay. Now here, start on, I'm going to click the calendar so I can choose which day to start the party on. Okay, and we're starting this party on Friday. Our parties run from Friday to Wednesday. So we're going to choose Friday, January 22nd. That's the day it's going to begin. And we're going to keep the time zone. And then here we have a replacement section. Here we're going to replace the words host with our host name. So here I'm going to type in Reese's name.
So just to jump in here for a second, when you were saving your party template, I told you to keep the word host in brackets everywhere that it was in the template and the word link in brackets everywhere that it was in the template. And what's great about Postmyparty is it will automatically insert whatever you put in this box in each of those spots within the party. So you don't need a new template for every party because it changes it with these links, these replacements right here.
Great. Okay, so I have Reese. I want to always check the spelling. Okay, and then replace link, like Stacy said. Here we're going to enter in Reese's party link. So I still, up here on the very top of my page, I've still kept open my Pampered Chef party page here. So I'm going to click back over to this tab to find that link to her party page. I'm going to click on there. And it's already pulled up, but I'll do it one more time in case you need a refresher. We're going to, over on the left, we see links. And there's a little arrow. We click down on the links. And I'm going to choose this very first one, party page, and click share. And click copy. Okay, and it's been copied. Now I'm going to go back to the Postmyparty page. So I'm going to go back to that tab here. And replace link with, here I'm going to paste Reese's link. And here we see her name, Reese Stanley, 0122. Last thing to do is click the green create button. We're going to click that.
And Katie, before you do an adjustment, can you go back to the parties list just to show them what it looks like if you're running multiple parties before you do a time adjustment?
Yes. Okay, so here It brought us automatically to Reese's party here. Reese's Fresh Start with Pampered Chef. And here's all the posts, when they're going to post, and everything for the party. We can look over here under General. And as I showed you before, we click down on parties. And there's an option to look at them from the list or an option to schedule a new one. Before we scheduled a new party. Now we're going to look at the whole list. So I'm going to click on the list of Stacy's parties for this week. And here you can see the parties that I've created for Stacy, and Reese is down at the bottom. You can see Reese is in pink and it says duplicated. That's because she and Ashley on the top, their times are all exactly the same. So it will show you that they're going to post at the same time on Facebook, and you don't want them to post at the same time because Facebook may think that it's Stacy, I might need your help for wording, but that it's spam.
Facebook doesn't like that. Yeah, they'll put us in jail.
They don't like when things get posted the same wording at exactly the same time. It makes them think that it's a computer generated and not from a person.
Correct.
So we want to make sure that she's at a different time than everybody else. So I'm going to click down, I'm going to scroll back down to Reese, and I'm going to choose this blue, greenish button, the edit button, and it'll bring us back to that page that we were looking at before.
Right.
Okay, and then we can scroll down and you'll see all the posts that are going to post Reese's party. There's 3 pages of them here. And you see at the very bottom, adjust posts, no adjustment. So all the posts are just being posted at the time that we set up the Postmyparty for. So they're being posted on the hour, on the 8 o'clock hour. The next one for day 3 is at 9, and then the next one's at 10, and then 12, if you see that. So we're going to change that a little bit so that the timing is a little bit different than all the parties. So I'm going to click on this no adjustment, and I'm going to go, I don't think I've done let's just do +1 minute. Typically I separate them by 5 minutes at least. But for this purpose, we'll choose add 1 minute. Okay, so there's add 1 minute.
Katie, can you click that box once again for me? So typically we do 4 parties a week. So your first party that you set up, you can leave as no adjustment. Then the next party you set up, you might do +5 minutes. Then the third party, -5 minutes. And then the fourth party, +10 minutes. And then if you're doing 5 parties, -10 minutes. So just like Katie said, you're going to have just a small window of time between each post. It's just important to keep to write down as you're setting up your parties what time adjustment you did on that party so that you can do a different one for the next party.
Yes, I keep an Excel document, and for each one I write in which time I made so that I can keep track of knowing that they're at different times. And even through the week, I might look back at that to see when those posts are for other reasons that I'll need to find the time for things. Okay, so we're going to do +1 minute. And the thing that's really important to remember here is to click update. So we're going to go to this button on the left, the green button, and click update. And it will give you the 3 dots. And now you'll see the time here is now 8:01, 9:01, 10:01, 12:01. So that's how you can tell that the update has occurred. And now I'm going to click this button back to parties. You could also scroll up and choose under parties and list again. And we're going to look at the parties. And if you see now, Ashley is no longer pink and neither is Reese because they're being posted at different times.
And that's it. And as long as you have a nice, clear, no pink list of parties, you are ready to rock out your first set of online parties. Thank you so much for walking us through this, Katie. And if you've made it to the end of this video, that means you're ready to start setting up your first parties. My advice is to have this video pulled up on one device, maybe your phone or your iPad or another computer, and set up your party on a second device so that you can stop and start this video, or stop and pause this video and restart it right along your process of setting it up. And that'll just make it run a lot smoother for you. And this first set of parties is going to take you a little bit of time to get through it but I promise when you set up your next 4 parties next week, it'll all move much faster. Thanks again, Katie.
You're welcome.